Okay, I'm going to try this again in under 5 minutes. What is this mess? This mess describes how a regular person can buy a hotel. It absolutely can be done. I have done it. I have found that the greatest in the history of hotel entrepreneurship and hospitality entrepreneurship, they have these things in common. People like Conrad Hilton, J.W. Marriott, Mr. Marriott, I'm very loyal to them and learned a lot. So these are the things that they have in common. They are regular people and they have these things as a result. This all leads down to um, legions of successful and loyal alumni, which I am, including Hard Rock Cafe, BF Saul Hospitality, Foxwoods Resort Casino. Those are companies that have worked for, have been employees of those companies, Marriott and Hilton included. And I am very loyal to them for having learned as much as I have from them. Most of my friends in this industry came from my experiences there. Um, the things that are named in the honor of Mr. Marriott, Mr. Hilton, and these amazing individuals, um, for example, are entire schools, scholarships, apprenticeships, foundations, and actual highways. Go visit Dallas, and you can ride on the Hilton Highway. Very impactful. This is the group of people that stay in hotels, regular people that live, eat, sleep, work. They create an income for themselves. They have a job. They produce things. They consume things. And if they produce more than they consume, they have some discretionary income and they go stay at hotels. Or they work for a company and they travel for that reason. They stay at hotels. And then here's our friends, Jenny and Bubba. Forrest Gump's girlfriend and best friend. They become friends and best friends and they put their money together. And they buy a regular old hotel and they call it the Bubba Jen Hotel. How'd they do it? You can do this. That's the entire purpose for this. Okay? They did it because they're embracing risk and they're creating beauty. And this is how they did it. This is how Mr. Marriott did it. This is how everybody does it. And I'm going to tell you about all the naysayers, hopefully when I'm done, if I have enough time, and what they're going to tell you. And they're going to tell you that you can't do this, that it's too complicated. It's a regular hotel, average hotel, 125 rooms, 70% occupancy. It does about $4 million in total gross revenue a year. Okay, how they bought it? They have a decent credit. Jenny and Bubba do. They have $25,000 in savings each. Okay, some people might have that at 18 years old. Some people might have that at 50. Some people might have that at 70. It doesn't matter. But they did have a decent credit, and they both had $25,000 each. They put it together, they got 50,000. And then together they know enough people, close friends, family, and individuals, where they say, "Hey, we got 50,000. We need $250,000 more," and that's what this GP is. And they just put that $300,000 together, and they go out and get big money. They go contact some private funds, and they ask them for $3.2 million. So it's a little bit less than 10%, and they're saying, "We want to go buy a hotel." And they do that. And then they have sorry, and then they take all that $3.5 million. They say, "Hey, let's go get a bank to say, hey, we want to go buy that hotel." And they get a bank. Bank lends them $6.5 million. And then Bubba and Jenny, they hire a third-party hotel management company, an excellent one, like Marriott, but also like many, many others, phenomenal hotel management companies. And that's the team. Bubba Jen Hotel, on average, $333,000 per month in total revenue. The highest month, this is very important, the highest month is $450,000 in total revenue. The lowest is January, $250,000 in total revenue. So, but we're going to look at May, and May does $300,000 in total revenue. This is the flow of money in hospitality and hotels. Okay, this is where it all goes. Boom. The bank, it's a fixed cost. The bank needs their money. And they're always going to take it no matter what. So will the LP investors. Okay? So you got about 20% right off the top. That's $60,000 going to those people. Your bank balance is now $240,000. Next, you have fixed costs, taxes, insurance, reserves. Those are kind of boring, but very fixed and very important. Okay, your bank balance is now $210,000 for the month of May. After the month of May, once the $300,000 comes in, you have marketing costs. Okay, this is branding, sales, and marketing. That comes out to about 10%. Okay, so that's $30,000. You're down to $180,000. You got to take care of your building, right? You bought a building for $10 million. You have to take care of it. You have to maintain it. And you also have to provide energy to that building. Lights, gas, power, sewer, water. That comes out to about 10%. It's not that bad. It's about $30,000 in the month of May. Then you have to provide supplies and technology, okay? These different color blue means it's variable. Okay, I'll get to that in a minute. You have to provide soap, linens, IT, and systems. That comes out to about $45,000. It's about $15,000. So it's a little bit more expensive. So, but now you're doing pretty good. You got $105,000. And then, oh wait a minute, you haven't paid any people to work there yet. Boom, $105,000. It comes out to about 35%. And that includes the paying the management company. So 35%, 105%, 105,000 in the month of May, right? You got a bank balance of 0. So, wait, what? It's not a very good business. Well, 90,000 of this is fixed. That's up here, right? 210,000 is variable. Now that is the beauty and the risk of the hotel industry. Okay. The beauty is this. Let me move my face out of here. Here's some beauty and risk. So May, it might be 0 here, right? Where am I? It might be 0. Oops. Wait, what? Okay, January is actually going to be worse than that, because January is only going to be bringing in 250,000, and you have to flex. But as much as you can flex, you have to budget and forecast that you're going to be negative profits in that month. It doesn't mean that you are losing money yourself. It's just you're planning for it. That month will show a loss. Okay, but then you also have October, and October here is you're doing $450,000. So you're doing about 150,000 more than you did in May when you made $0, right? About 50% of that, sometimes more, can go to the bottom line. So you got 150,000, that's like 75,000 more that you're spending on operational and variable expenses, but also there's a higher profitability in a higher month when you're doing better revenue. So that you could show a profit of $50,000 in that month. Overall for the year, if you think about it, it's about 5% of revenue that actually goes to the bottom line after you pay the bank, after you pay your investors. And that's for Bubba and Jenny, okay? They have about maybe 200,000. A bad year, maybe 10,000. Maybe it's less. But you can count on about 5% of that revenue to be available for distribution to their family members, right, that invested with them, to themselves. They might have some owner's expense, like they might have to hire someone like a professional to like watch over their money, like a financial advisor or an asset manager, or they might want to just save it, or they might want to just keep it more in reserves to go make the building better, or hire more people, whatever it might be. Now here is the risk and beauty. The risk and the beauty. The risk, I already went over. The risk is putting your money in here. The risk is, guaranteeing a loan, being and partnering with people that you may or may not know. There's a lot of risk involved. There's a risk in having 100, 200 people staying above your front desk at a hotel, staying overnight, and you have to take good care of them and keep them safe and secure. There's a lot of risk in that. Okay, but here's the beauty. All this money, 300,000 just in the month of May, where did it go? It went to employees. This 35% here, It went to vendors and suppliers, the people that you bought soap and linens for. They all have companies that you're paying and helping them to keep them in business. The management company that's operating that the employees work for, okay, they're getting a fee for that, and you're helping them grow. There's the community that gets taxes, right? But you also might be using some of those funds in marketing to help market the community itself as a tourism destination, or maybe it's a charitable organization. And then you got the shareholders, and that's Jenny, the investors, and Bubba and their family and people like that. So that's lovely, but think about it from a beauty perspective. And then boom. Those people that are receiving money and funds from the guests that come in to a hotel, if they live a life that they want to live, and these regular people, if they ever want to buy a hotel, they're probably going to stay in a hotel. That's why it's cyclical. And then their money will be used here. And then boom. If they want, they can be Bubba and Jen. This is what the naysayers are going to tell you. Regular people can, I'm telling you, it's not the naysayer. You can buy a hotel. That's how you do it. Yes, there are roadblocks, hills and valleys and unexpected falling rocks, just like building the Transcontinental Railroad. They had to somehow get through the Rocky Mountains, and they did. But that doesn't mean that they stopped. It is possible, but two things need to happen for you. Regular people can do this. You need to have the right people around you, and you need to have a support system. You will most likely fail if you don't have those people around you supporting you. It goes way beyond money, because you can always get money. But as long as you have a good amount of people that are behind you, you're good. And then what's your why? If you're doing this just to make money, it's actually a higher probability that you'll fail. Or your experience will be so negative that because you don't have the right people around you, that you don't want to do it again. And you didn't make enough money. But if that's the reason why you're in it, this is not the business for you. But if you really have a genuine curiosity about people and you enjoy being around people, actually, you don't even need to enjoy being around people. If you like to be in front of a computer and analyze data, you can do this, okay? Because when you put people around you that do like being in front of people, you're good to go, okay? So this is what, when I share this with other people, I know what they're going to say. And when they're going to say, it's not that simple. Real estate is not hospitality. That's actually true, okay? So that's why we keep those separate. You want those LP investors there, the capital investors, just let them invest in real estate. But they need to trust you. Trust the hospitality in you, okay? They're going to say, you're going to get there and they're going to say, oh, well, who's your attorney? Who's your broker? They're going to throw all this jargon at you it's not their purpose to intimidate you, but it's a very intimidating environment, which means it doesn't encourage you to try again, okay? Who's your attorney? Who's your broker? Is this hotel on market or off market? That means, can we just go buy it ourselves and not deal with you? Maybe we'll just do that. Again, that's not their intention, but they're doing their own due diligence. This is what they're going to say. They're going to say, do you know these people? They're going to ask you if you're like part of some sort of club or maybe a certification or where'd you go to college, all those things. And again, they're not trying to intimidate you, but it's very intimidating. Have you received other other offers for capital? They're trying to get to know the competition. Like, how urgent is this? Like, do you need money right now? Or is this just a relationship building thing? What's your skin in the game? That is guaranteed to be asked, probably even up here on number 1 or 2. Are you putting money into this? And is $50,000 enough? We'd actually prefer if you could maybe put $100,000. Can you do that? Intimidating. What's your track record of investment returns? Probably nothing. You're a regular person, but that does not mean that you can't do this. Listen to them, but don't listen to them. Keep going. The lending landscape, they're going to tell you that banking is not easy. They're going to tell you that bankers don't like to invest in first-time first timers or entrepreneurs. Too risky. They're going to say, hey, there's no guarantees, but how are you going to guarantee that our money is safe? Oh yeah, and this is their favorite. I've done this. Why don't you come to our office and tell us how amazing you are, right? And this is the dog and pony show, right? Put together a nice little presentation and come and visit, and you spend weeks on doing this, and then you get the schedule, and then you go up there and you do it. And then they say, and it's a great experience, a wonderful experience for you, and it's a great experience getting in front of these people. Great practice. So do it, do it, do it, do it. But likely after the pitch, this is a great hotel. It's really interesting, and we really like you. Why don't you call us when you get a little bit further down the field, right? That's, again, intimidating and discouraging. It's not what they mean to do, but it is intimidating and discouraging. So you are left with the feeling that this is impossible, but I'm telling you it's not. Um, so an end result sometimes is they just buy the hotel themselves and say, why don't you just start your own management company and manage the hotel? We'll hire you, but then have you done that before? And then you're back to step one. This is This is a process. It's a simple one. And if you really think about it step by step, you can do it. And I'm going to stop here. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll try to get better next time. I don't even know how to shut this off.